Hello, guys. So today we are going to talk about LST, CLAT 2026. So what you should do in the exam and what you shouldn't. So basically, I'm going to talk about quantitative techniques in the exam. So basically, if you are going to see the paper pattern of CLAT, so CLAT has some weightage of around close to 20% weightage on verbal, it has close to 25% weightage on GK, 25% weightage on legal reasoning, 20% weightage on logical reasoning, and 10% weightage to quantitative techniques. So basically, quantitative techniques is a topic where CLAT has the lowest weightage. Right. So when it has lowest weightage, so what happens? People think that it's not important. They shouldn't spend even a little time on quantitative techniques, and still then they can make it. But if I say about it, I don't think that's very important, very uh, right, because what exactly happens, out of 120 questions, we are going to have close to 10% questions from quantitative techniques, that is 12 questions. So out of 12, if you are going to solve close to 7 or 8 questions, so in those 8 questions, you can increase your marks by 8 marks. So basically, you can move from I am NLU Lucknow to NLU Bangalore or Nalsar. So basically, those 8 marks are going to be extremely important in your growth. So, for example, you are scoring 3 marks in quantitative techniques, but if you are going to spend a little more time and you reach to 8 marks or 10 marks, so those additional 5 or 8 marks are going to fill up a huge gap from Lucknow to Nalsar, right? So basically, it's not a topic that you can skip, but it does not carry a huge weightage. So I won't say that spend a lot of time on quantitative techniques. For example, you are spending 2 hours in GK, so it's not necessary that you should spend 2 hours in GK. But if you spend even half an hour in QT every day, you are going to do fine, right? So basically, what are the basic things that are important in QT? The basic concepts we are going to talk about. So one is percentage. If you are comfortable in percentage, that is going to help you a lot. Second, if we are going to talk about averages, ratios, your simple interest, compound interest. So basically, these kind of basic things that in aptitude, if you are very comfortable with these things, you are easily going to get at least 6 to 8 or 10 marks in QT, and that's going to be a game changer for you, right? So in QT, focus on these few things, and you are going to do a lot better in your actual exam. And so basically, from where you can prepare from for this. So basically, if you just look at this YouTube series of LST CLAT QT, that is going to help you out. You are going to get some additional material as well. So from there, you can improve a lot. So let's see what kind of questions we are going to see. So in QT, we are going to talk about the first set. So we are going to talk first set in QT. So basically, what is it? So it is a graph, right? And if you see on the left hand side, so on left hand side, there is a ratio of male to female, right? So, and in Odisha, if you say, there are 57 people, right? And male to female ratio is 12 is to 7, right? So basically, what do we have? How many men we are talking about? How many women we are talking about? So if you see the color, just give me a moment. Hmm. So basically, what does data represent? It's Japanese encephalitis in 5 states of India. So this is some disease or something like this, and it is talking about uh, number of people affected by this. And in Odisha, there are 57 people, and their male to female ratio is 12 is to 7. Okay, so 12 plus 7 is 19. So out of 19 people, there are 12 males. So in Odisha, it's 12 upon 19 males and 7 upon 19 females. So how many males we are talking about? So we are talking about uh, 36 males and 21 females. In West Bengal, it is 6 is to 3. So basically, I can say it is 2 is to 1, right? So it is in West Bengal, a total of 45 people are suffering from that. So it is going to be 30 and 40, 30 and 15, and so on. I'm not going to calculate all the values over here. I'm going to just look at the question and figure out what we should do, right? So let's read this. So number of females affected in West Bengal is what percent more or less than the female affected in Odisha? Okay, so the question is talking about females affected in West Bengal. So in West Bengal, the ratio is 2 is to 1, right? 6 is to 3 is 2 is to 1. So in West Bengal, there are 30 males and 15 females. So number of females affected by it, so that is 15, right? Now, number of females in Odisha. So male to female ratio is 12 is to 7. So 12 by 19 of 57. So that is 36 males we are talking about. How many females we are talking about? That is going to be 21. So I am replacing this whole statement, females affected in Odisha is 21. So I can say that 15 is what percent more or less than 21. So 15 is 6 less than 21. So what is the percentage? That is 6 upon 21 into 100. This is a simple question of percentage change. So this comes out to be 2. This comes out to be 7. So if you remember the percentages, the fraction to percentage conversion, so 1 by 7 is equal to 14.28. So basically 2 by 7 is going to be double of it. So your answer is going to be 28.56%. So it is going to be 28.6 less. So if you can remember the fraction to percentage conversion, then this question is going to be extremely easy. You don't have to spend too much time on this. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? So what is the average number of male affected by it in all 5 states? Okay, so I'm talking about male, female. Now Odisha, we have already calculated it. It is 36. In West Bengal, it is 30. In Chhattisgarh, it is 5 is to 2 of 21. So 5 is to 2 means 5 by 7 of 21. So that comes out to be 15. So Chhattisgarh is 15. Jharkhand is how much? 15 is to 14. So number of males are going to be 15 only. Andhra Pradesh, it is 7 is to 6. So it is going to be 7 only. So average number of males. Okay, so what is average? That is sum of all the numbers divided by sum of all the numbers divided by 5. So 36 plus 30 is going to be how much? 66. 66 plus 30 is going to be 96. So 96 is close to 100. So it is 103. So 103,000, because this data is given in thousands, right? So 103,000 divided by 5. So this is going to be 21 something, right? So 20,000 something. So 20,000 something is which option? That is option D. So that's how we are going to approach this question. We are not going to calculate the exact value. We are simply going to approximate and see which option is closer to the closest option. So I'm not going to solve the question. I am trying to get the correct answer out of the options. Always remember, when you are solving any question in the exam, our job is not to solve the question. Our job is to calculate, figure out the correct option. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it says? Okay, so it says that the total number of males affected by, okay, the total number of males affected by Japanese this in other states are 87% more than the average number of males in Odisha, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, and Jharkhand. Okay, so in Odisha, how many males we have calculated? We have calculated there are 36,000 males. Okay, in sorry, it should be males. It is Odisha. Now in West Bengal, how many we have? That is 30. In Chhattisgarh, how many we have? 15. In Jharkhand, how many we have? 15. So total is 96,000. So divide by 4 comes out to be 24,000. So how many, what is the average of this? That is 24,000. Okay. The total number of males affected by Japanese this is 80% more than the average number. Okay. So basically, if I remove these states from the country, so in rest of the country, there are number of people that are 87 more than this. Okay. So what is double of this? Double is going to be 48,000. So 87% more is going to be little less than 48,000, right? So that is going to be, let's say, I am just assuming a value that's, let's say, that is close to 45,000, right? It may be close to it, maybe a little lesser, maybe a little greater, not a huge different. So in rest of the India, we have these many cases. In these 4 states, we have 96,000 cases. So what is the total number of cases we are talking about? We are talking about close to 1,41,000. Close to. I didn't calculate the exact value. I'm just doing pure approximation. So basically, which option is very close to 1,41,000? That is option B. So here my answer is going to be option B. I am not going to calculate 87% of 24,000, because if I'm going to do that, I'm going to take a lot of time in the exam. I'm not there to waste my time on these kind of questions where I can see the options are very far away from each other. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. What does it says? By what percent the average number of males in Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and Andhra Pradesh? Okay, so I am talking about males and females. So in Chhattisgarh, how many males we had? 15,000. Number of females are 6. Jharkhand, I have 15,000 males, 14,000 females. In the Andhra Pradesh, it is going to be 7,000 and 6,000. Okay. In West Bengal, I have 30,000 and 15,000. And in Odisha, what do I have? That is 36,000 and 21,000. Okay. By what percent average of males in Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and AP? Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, and AP. So what is the average? That is going to be 37 upon 3. Together, more or less than the average number of females in West Bengal, Jharkhand, and Odisha. So West Bengal, Jharkhand, and Odisha. So this is 30, 21 plus 14 is 35, 35 plus it is how much? This is West Bengal is, oh, sorry, West Bengal is this. Jharkhand is 14. Okay. Odisha is 21. 21. West Bengal, Jharkhand, and Odisha. Odisha is 36. This. Jharkhand is this. Okay. So basically, how many women we are talking about? That is 50 upon 3. So total number of women are 50,000 and average is 50,000 divided by 3. So this is the average I'm getting. The question is talking about what this value is, what percent more or less than this value, right? So what is the difference? The 3 is same in the denominator. So 50 minus 37 is going to be 13 upon 3, right? So question is saying this value is what percent more or less than this value. So 13 upon 3 is what percent of 50 upon 3, right? In 200, I'm going to get my value in percentage. So this comes out to be 2. So this comes out to be 26%. So which option we are talking about? We are talking about option C. As simple as that. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. What does it say? So by what percent up to 1 decimal of females affected by this is the total population? Okay, so I am just moving back to this and I am seeing that this is 21, 15, 14, that is 50, 50 plus 12, that is 62. So what is the total number of women we are talking about? The total number of women are 62, or females are 52. Sorry, 62. What is the total population? So total population, I need to calculate total population. So basically this plus this, that is going to be 21 plus 29, that is going to be 50. 51, 57 plus 13, that is going to be 70. 70 plus 50 is 120. 120 is plus 45 is 165. Okay, so my total population is 165. Right. Now question is saying that number of females is what percent of this? So that is going to be 62 divided by 165 into 100. Okay. Sorry, this should be 165. I am cancelling it by 5. So this is 33. This is how much? 20. Okay. Can I cancel it by 3? Okay. So that is going to be little tricky. So it is going to be, let's take this as 63. So this comes out to be 21. This comes out to be 11. Right. This is not 63. It is 62. So my answer is going to be little less than the actual answer that I'm calculating. That is going to be 420 divided by 11. Okay. So 11 threes are 33. 990. 11 eights are 88 point something. So my answer is going to be little less than 38 point something. So in that case, my answer of this question is going to be option D, that is 37.6. So that's how I'm going to calculate my answer. I'm not going to calculate exact value ever. I'm always going to approximate and see what kind of answer I'm going to get. So in this case, my answer of this question is going to be option D, that is 37.6. And so basically, this is a question that you can solve in the exam. Now, if I leave the fifth question as well, then the first 4 questions can be solved in, I think, let's say in 5 minutes or 6 minutes. And solving one set, or if you're solving 2 sets and you are getting 8 questions right, I think that's going to be extremely good for you in the exam. And if anyone has any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Prashant, if your maths basic is not clear, I would say that start with NCRT class 6, 7. Get a stronghold of percentage, profit loss, simple interest, compound interest, percentage changes, averages, little bit of time and work, and you are going to be you are going to do extremely good in the exam. Anything else you want to ask? Is there anyone who has any doubt? So if you don't have any doubt, let me wind up the session. With this, I conclude. Thank you.